Hey guys, welcome back to your episode of Nicocast. I'm here with Perry GRONE. So Perry, tell us about yourself.
About myself, I am a YouTuber, content creator, and stand-up comedian. I live in Texas, and I am lactose intolerant.
Very cool. So, who was your inspiration for YouTube?
My inspiration for YouTube, well, I originally have always wanted to make movies. That's what I originally wanted to do. That's what I went to school for, and I've done that for quite some time. And YouTube is a great place to do that now. So I guess I looked at more of film people, like like movie makers over YouTubers instead. And that was probably my inspiration, was watching people like Christopher Nolan or David Fincher or um, you know Tarantino, and just like liking what they do. And like, okay, well, I don't have $10 billion to make a movie, so let me put it on YouTube and get 500 views.
Yeah, that's I wasn't expecting that answer, to be honest. I was expecting like something else, like Smosh or something, but very different.
Yeah, no, definitely, definitely movies. I've always been obsessed with movies and TV and cartoons and stuff like that. So I think eventually what'll happen is I'd like to build up, some sort of audience on YouTube and
Mm-hmm.
TikTok and Twitch. I'm going to start streaming soon. And when after quite a while of doing that, I want to start my own like website, my own platform to where I can make my own content and just kind of sell it on my own website for the fans, for whoever is interested in watching some of my stuff.
Yeah, I feel like there has to be like a new platform now.
Yeah, 100%.
So, yeah.
100%. I think that a lot of people you see, like with the big creators, they are doing that. They're creating their own, like Logan Paul has Maverick Club, and Nelk has like them, whatever, the full send or whatever, their own private club. So I think a lot of creators are gonna go that way. And just like you buy everything straight from their website, you watch everything straight from their website. So I think that's probably within the next five years, that's where things are probably gonna go. And yeah, YouTube is great, but it's so hard to get big on there now. But that's why TikTok is great, because it's easy to get big on there, and then
Yeah.
you can transfer that following to YouTube or Twitch or streaming or wherever you do.
Yeah, because there's so many people. There's at least like five people I can name that have grown in popularity because of TikTok.
Yeah.
There's this Twitch streamer. His name is Rambo.
Okay.
He became really popular on TikTok, and
Yeah.
then he got over 100,000 followers on Twitch just because of his TikTok he made.
Is it gaming?
Yeah,
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
which
So that's what I'm gonna start doing soon. I'm actually buying my whole streaming setup today, Cyber Monday. Woot woot. Gonna buy it today, and I'm gonna start doing some sort of gaming content. But it's kind of like I used to have a podcast, and I love doing podcasts. But
same.
I want they're so fun, right? But I felt like for me, I wanted to also do some sort of like video creation or something like that. So I think Twitch lends itself to that, where it's like a podcast, but you're interacting with lots of people, which is what you do with video creation. And yeah, so I'm going to try it out and see how I like it. But I am pumped on it. I've been putting a few things on TikTok lately that are like kind of hidden camera, like comedy
Yeah,
gaming sort of content,
I've
and it's
seen
been
them.
performing well. And
Yeah.
people like it. So I'm like, all right, let me just lean into this. I like doing it, and it's a silly old time.
Yeah, it's definitely doing good for you on TikTok. Most of them have over like a million views, which is impressive. Some of them.
Thanks. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It's
Uh,
insane.
yeah,
It's like if you had a million views on something, 10 years ago, you were everywhere. You were like, you're a famous person, and now it's
yeah.
like so many people get that. I don't know. It's crazy.
TikTok changed content so much, and like people like KSI, he gets like a million views in like a couple hours. So, which is insane to think of.
Crazy. Yeah, his content's good too. I like watching him.
Yeah,
He's
and
fun.
on his second channel, which is like
Oh,
impressive.
I didn't even know he had a second channel, but yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, it's wild, and that's what TikTok is giving people now, which is really cool. Like,
Yeah.
I think anything that you want to do, you can lean into. If you lean into TikTok, you have a really good chance of being able to build a career out of it. I
Yeah,
think I'm
yeah.
starting out, but like it's going well so far.
Yeah. You have some crazy ideas. How do you come up with these crazy ideas?
Uh, I mean, I do a lot of things with my brother, and we kind of are just like, all right, what is ever gonna make, what makes each other laugh? Like we just did a video yesterday where I dressed up in a ghillie suit, ghillie suit from Call of Duty, the sniper suit, where it looks like you're a bush. And I went into Walmart and I just asked people questions like if they have Call of Duty gear, like, hey, do you have a UAV? And I'm just like covered. It looked like a dying Christmas tree. And they were like, what the heck is going on? And I don't know. That was just like a funny idea that we had. So it's good to have my brother Dakota because we just bounce ideas off each other back and forth. And it's like, okay, then we think that's funny, and then we think that's funny, and then we go out and shoot it, and then take it back, and then we edit it. Like the TikToks are pretty heavily edited, and then even in the editing process, we spend hours like figuring out where the jokes are with the graphics or like switching things around or so it's not only like the shooting part, the brainstorming and filming part, but the edit is huge portion of it. Like it's crazy. We spent literally probably like this sounds it sounds crazy to say, but maybe like 7 hours like editing a TikTok the other day. And then when we posted it, it got 2 million views in 24 hours. So it was like, okay, that's
The
probably
work paid off.
yeah. And we got like 9,000 followers or 10,000 followers off it. So it was really interesting. So yeah, I don't know. It's a long-winded answer, but yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
And like thanks to the editing, like videos like the shotgunning beers, that video was so interesting. I watched that video like 3 times because it was so good. So yeah, thanks to the editing process, it makes like videos more entertaining and the time does pay off.
Yeah, editing goes into so much of it. It's crazy. And we're leaning into like the meme style and like the quick paced editing because we think it's funny and we're having a good time with it. And you can always add more jokes in there, like putting up a graphic and stuff like that. So um yeah, we're having a good time with it.
Yeah, definitely. So since you have some like crazy ideas, what's the craziest thing you have done on YouTube? Like not just on your channel, like it can be on any channel.
Craziest thing, I don't know. I would say maybe one of the weirdest things I did on my channel was I dressed up like a girl. My friend did makeup on me and I dressed up like a girl, and then I catfished guys online, which was very weird because it's off this one like super super cringe website where like people, I don't know, it's super weird. And one of my friends said she went on the website and like looked around on it, and I was like, what the heck? And so I was like, all right, I want to investigate this more. So my friend, another one of my friends put me in a wig, dressed me up in makeup, Photoshop my face to be more feminine because I have a very masculine jawline. I look like an ultimate alpha man. No, I'm just kidding. And so she did all that, and yeah, like guys responded and like said they want to pay me money. Like it was very strange thing. I would not suggest doing that. It was very creepy.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that anytime.
Don't do it. No, you're 12. No, definitely don't.
Yeah, I won't. I won't. I won't. Not even in the future.
Yeah, never do that.
So you were a couple of years ago, like a year ago maybe. You were in a couple of Yes Theory videos. So how did you
Mhm.
like Yes Theory?
How did I meet Yes Theory?
Yeah.
Just become friends with them. It was like right before or kind of like right when they were starting the channel. They weren't even like called Yes Theory then. We had just like coincidentally moved to California at the same time, and I just moved into their house. Just said, "Hey guys, I'm gonna move in," because I was living in an RV at the time, and yeah, man, we just like hit it off, became friends, and yeah, again, they weren't even Yes Theory at the time, so we were just like friends before they really had like a YouTube channel. It was just kind of a coincidence.
Yeah, that's a very interesting story on how you met them. Were they called Project like 30 or something like that?
I think they were. Honestly, I don't really know. I think it was like Generation Why Not is like what their original name was. I think Project 30 was a video or like a series they
Yeah.
did. Um, but yeah, I met them like in between when they were like trying to. I remember when Amar said to me, he's like, "Hey, what do you think of the name Yes Theory?" And I was like, "Cool. I mean, I don't know idea what you're talking about." And yeah, we just like kicked it a lot, like had like barbecues and like hung out at their house, and it was their house at the time. Then I was living in an RV, and then we went on a trip to Europe. Like we both, like those guys, and then me, like went to Europe at the same time and just like hung out. And we were there for like 2 or 3 weeks and just totally hit it off. And then when I was there, I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna move in. Like you guys don't really have a choice. I'm just gonna like live in the garage. So I lived in the garage for like a year or two, and yeah, I was helped him film. I was in some of the videos. I helped him edit, but I was also at that time doing a lot of my own work.
Hmm.
So, and I wasn't doing like really content, my own social media stuff. Um, and yeah, they just took off and they're crushing it.
Yeah, that's a interesting story how you met them. A very cool story.
Yeah,
So
just putting myself out there and just randomly met some
yeah.
random artists.
So do you think like equipment is needed for YouTube, like a DSLR camera or stuff like that?
No, no way. I think that I think your personality is more important. Like the personality and the idea is definitely more important. Like people film. I know a girl that like films and edits everything on her phone, and she's getting millions of views. So you can just. It does not matter what the equipment is, just as long as the idea is there, and then reinvest in like equipment as needed. Better camera as needed, but you can literally make an entire video on your phone, which is fine.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. There's this YouTuber that I interviewed. His name is Connor Pugs. He does like commentary videos about like topics. And he like edits his videos on iMovie on his phone, which is like, and he has like 50,000 subscribers, which is amazing.
Yeah, yeah, you can do I mean, I totally believe in that. I actually think that's better because you're able to get more creative with the constraints that you have. If you have again billions and trillions of dollars, you kind of like get carried away with stuff. Not that I would know, I've never had billions or even trillions, but you kind of have to when you're pared down with the amount of things that you have to get creative, and so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. And one of the people I interviewed a couple months ago now, Chambers. He went viral on TikTok for I Want a video he did on David Dobrik. And he actually said that David Dobrik still edits on iMovie, which I was impressed. And I couldn't like believe it, which is pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I mean, his edits are really basic.
Yeah.
He's mostly just doing everything in his camera, and then just
Hmm.
cuts everything. Like he has really hard cuts. He doesn't have that much of a story. I mean, he does. Not, he has a structure, obviously, like for
Hmm.
sure,
Yeah.
but he's not doing like effects or anything like that, really.
What's your favorite collab you've done?
Dude, doing collabs is so hard because everybody's schedules are all over the place. I like my friend Sky Cohen. She has a channel, Sky Life. You should talk to her. Her and I did a random not. We did a video where there's an app that was trending a while back on TikTok called Randonautica, where you go and like.
Oh yeah.
Have you heard about this?
Yeah, I was watching the video right after school because I was like investigating about like your
Yeah.
videos and like writing the questions, and then I stumbled upon that video, and that video was really cool.
Yeah. That was really cool. Her and I, when we've shot it once or twice together, something like that, her and I vibe really well. She's a good friend. And yeah, that video was crazy. Like I don't know if you know, but how the app works is like you set like quote unquote, it sounds corny, but like an intention. And her like intention was she wanted to go and see fairies. And then
Yeah,
what the app does is it sends you into a random place in the world where you're supposed to like see that thing that you're thinking. And we came across a statue of fairies right where the app said
yeah.
us. I was like, what the heck? So yeah, that was a cool one.
Wasn't that like when you saw the fairy? Was that like the first house you guys went to? Like
It
there were
was
like fairies. Like,
Literally, the first house we went to, we walked up to the door. We were on the driveway, and we were almost about to leave, and one of our friends was like, "Hey, wait, is that fairies?" And we looked over, and there's a tiny statue of these little people with wings on them, and we're like, "No way, fairies for sure."
yeah,
It was crazy.
yeah, that video was really cool. So, what's the best and worst thing about YouTube in your opinion?
It's cool because you can, if you have an idea, you can put it out there, and it's a place to be creative. The worst thing is that YouTube doesn't push people as best as they could, and I don't like. YouTube has a thing where they kind of brag or boast that they have like 400 hours of watch time every minute or every second uploaded, and there's like a billion users on YouTube, and like, if that's the case, then you should be pushing people's videos to more of these people. If there's a billion people out there, everybody should have a better chance of their video being just like TikTok. So the hard thing about YouTube that I don't like is that it's too hard to grow an audience on there. It's too hard, too hard to grow an audience, but it's too hard to get your video to be like plugged into the right algorithm and then get shown to the right amount of people. Whereas TikTok is the opposite. It's like, it's instantly going to show it to a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And then if it does well, and I think this is how YouTube's does too, but for some reason it must not show it to enough people or whatever. But what TikTok does is like, it shows it to a certain amount of people. If they like it, it shows it to a broader group. If they like it, it shows it to a broader group. And for some reason, TikToks is way, way easier to crack and get into. So yeah, I would say that's the hardest thing about YouTube is like figuring out what works for their algorithm. You know, people make like super great, funny, interesting stuff, and it doesn't get shown to people. And so it's like, that's not cool. I think YouTube is leaning toward like huge ideas now. I feel like,
Mm-hmm.
like, you know, big ideas, bigger productions. And so I think not always, it's not always doing that, but I think the smart thing is, again, like, build up an audience somewhere else. Keep consistent on YouTube as much as possible, but build up an audience somewhere else. Example, i.e. TikTok, and then transfer it over to YouTube. YouTube will always be there probably, but I mean, I agree with you. I think there's going to be a new thing. There has to be a new thing,
Mm-hmm.
a new YouTube or new
Platform.
longer form video platform. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely like agree with that. Like, it's hard to grow off YouTube just by itself, and you need other platforms. For example, one of my friends, I interviewed him. He has like 50,000 followers on Instagram. He's around my age, and he has a YouTube channel. He doesn't promote it that much, but it has like 1,000 subscribers. And just because of his Instagram account, his YouTube and his TikTok have over 1,000 followers. So I definitely think it's important to at least have two platforms that you're consistent on.
Yeah, 100%. I think, and that's always going to change too. Like, there's going to be a point when TikTok doesn't help as much, but you know, they're going to change. They're going to it's going to change when they try to like make more money, when they start like putting ads in there right now, putting ads in there. I'm assuming what they're doing right now, because they did like the TikTok creator fund where they're paying people to post. I think they're doing that to get tons of people on the platform, more people, and then they're going to start pumping more ads into the app. And whenever like money gets involved, it just messes things up a little. It changes things. I don't know if it doesn't always mess things up, but it changes things. And I don't know if you remember Vine, but Vine was like a similar thing to TikTok. And then when they started, like, they changed way too fast, and it just got again to the point where new creators couldn't be seen on there, because they just wanted to blow up popular people. And and so it wasn't. And I guess the point is, like, that'll probably happen to TikTok at some point. I hope it doesn't. I think it's a really cool platform to be on, but we will see. We'll see what happens.
I've heard like that the TikTok creator fund like slows down like your growth and like your likes. But anyways, on the topic of TikTok, what's your favorite and least favorite thing about TikTok?
Well, I will say with the creator fund is I was in it, and then right when I turned it off, my views shot way up. So it might be true. I've heard that from multiple people. Like, and
Yeah.
not just like shot up a little bit. I mean, just like tenfold. So, and I was like, okay, it's more important right now to build up an audience than make like hardly any money off of views. And it kind of makes sense why they would bottle the amount of views that are seen, because you're literally getting paid per view. So if they pushed it to tons of people, they're paying more money. Wait, what was the question?
What's your favorite thing about TikTok and least favorite thing about TikTok?
I like that you're able to get discovered easier on there. How their algorithm works again, and what people like on there is it's much easier to use and to crack than other platforms are, than like Instagram and YouTube. Least favorite thing about it, I think that their community guidelines are kind of weird sometimes. Like the things that they take off is
Yeah.
not right, and then other things that they leave on is like, are you kidding me right now? That's so not chill. So I think the community guideline things is kind of weird, but I mean, I can't argue with that. It's their app. But I've posted videos. I've like posted a video. It went up. It like did whatever, and then I reposted it, and then it said this one went against community guidelines when the first one didn't. So I'm like, okay, there's something here in the algorithm that is like not catching it this time, but catching it this time. So it's like there's a robot that's like missing information, and I think that can get messy in the future, or get messy at some points where it's like not recognizing things for exactly what they are. Yeah. So
Yeah. And they're banning people from like doing lives. I've heard also some of my friends have been banned from lives
really,
from TikTok. Yeah.
why?
I don't know. Like they're just doing a normal live, and then they all of a sudden get banned. Like I've seen like a bunch of people that have gotten banned from doing like lives for like a month. So it's weird.
Yeah, I have a friend that was shadow banned, just on TikTok in general, like for a few weeks. But when that happens, you just gotta wait it out, because now his videos are crushing again. Like he's doing better. He was doing like better than he was before he got shadow banned. So I think you just have to wait like a week, and then it goes back to normal.
Something that happened with these other TikTokers, their name is The Sync, and they did like news reporting. They had an account, it got shadow banned. They waited like a month, and it stayed shadow banned. They got like 100,000 views,
Yeah.
and then it went to like 5,000 views because of the shadow ban. And after a month, it didn't go away, so they made a new account, and then it went back to normal, which is definitely
Oh,
weird.
really? It went back to normal?
Yeah.
Oh,
And the other channel and the other account, just they kept posting, and the same thing was happening. Like,
so weird. Yeah, that's the scary thing about it. And they don't tell you, there's no one to talk to. Like you can reach out to TikTok support, but no one ever responds.
mhm.
So you don't know really what's going on. So you just kind of have to toe the line. Just be careful with it, I think.
Yeah. So, what are your goals for YouTube?
My goals for YouTube are just to build up an audience and build up a brand, but I think I'm going to lean a lot into streaming soon, because I can be more personable on there. Like I can talk to people. It's not as edited, or it isn't edited. And then, yeah, build up an audience, and then be able to go on tour, because I do stand-up comedy, go out and tell some jokes to people, share some thoughts. And yeah, I think just have a space where people can like go to weekly, and they know the sort of content they're going to get, and like just have a good time watching it.
Yeah, those are some good goals. Before we end the podcast, I just want to say congrats on almost 8,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Thank you.
And do you have any advice for YouTubers/TikTokers?
Use TikTok first, and then use YouTube next. Yeah, I create a YouTube channel, post on there every once in a while, but right now I think is the time to lean heavy into TikTok. Like I was leaning more into YouTube, and I was posting on TikTok every once in a while, maybe like once a week. And then I just got to the point where I was like, it's stupid for me not to just fully lean into TikTok right now,
Mhm.
because TikTok was the biggest push to my YouTube channel. So it's just, yeah, it's a really valuable thing right now. And then when things change, then you gotta change up what you're doing and how you deliver content. But yeah, I would say lean into TikTok right now.
Yeah, something I've been doing is I have like my main account, which I have like normal stuff, and then I have another account which I only use to promote my YouTube only. So that's something I do.
Wow. Interesting. Yeah, I haven't heard of that, but that's interesting. Yeah, like I said, I'm doing like hidden camera videos right now about gaming stuff, and then I'm gonna start posting gaming clips on there. So I don't know if I'll start a second one or just post it on the same one. But yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Before we end, where can they find you on like social medias and stuff like that?
It's just my name, Perry Grone, PerryGrone. And that's the same everywhere. So come and join me. Yeah, let's be friends. Rock on, brother.
Anyways, Perry, thank you so much for coming on this podcast. This really means a lot.
Thanks, dude.
And I'll see you in the next episode of Nicocast.
Yee.